Hi everyone, this is Ronnie Habib with Thank You Very Much, and today I want to talk to you about a foreign language class, a French class that I went to and was very impressed with. I went to Anne de Montier's class, and her class was working with iPads, using QR codes to basically learn grammar and vocabulary terms, and kids were really engaged and did a lot of really neat things that kids actually really appreciated and learned at a deep level. So I'm going to ask Anne some questions about what she did, and later Anne will actually create some screencast to show you basically how to use the tools that she used. So here's Anne. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So Anne, first of all, thank you very much for being, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you to you.
Sure. And the question, I guess, the reason why you even started using the QR code tool was because you wanted to find a very engaging way to teach your students. And I want you to tell us a little bit about like why you chose QR codes, what you found to be helpful with it,
Okay.
and the iPad.
So actually, I was looking for a way to differentiate my instructions sometimes, because after 6 or 7 weeks, I feel the kids are at different levels, and then I love the iPad, and I wanted to find a way of bringing the iPads to my classroom, and I wanted to use the iPad as a content viewer. So it's only when I found what you could do with QR codes that I realized that I had all the solutions to put together a differentiated instruction class with iPads and QR codes.
Cool, very cool. And can you take us through what it looked like? How does your class look like when somebody walks in? Like, what are they going to see? They're going to see students working alone in groups how's that going to look like?
Well, I make them work in groups, and I give them some worksheets that I've prepared, and each of these worksheets have some QR codes. And then they get one iPad for two, because we have about 12 iPads, so I get one for two students. And they have to scan the codes to access some content, some media content, either it's videos or audios or even some website or text files. And then from the content they get, on the worksheet, they have to answer some questions. So either comprehension questions or some exercise, some practice. And then with another QR code, they can actually get the corrections from the work that they've done. So they can work at their own pace, and they can just move on from one worksheet to another, and they can share with their partners. So they feel, it's a do-it-yourself type of atmosphere for them. It's a self-paced class, and the students really are really enjoying it.
And I noticed that they can self-monitor whether they really understand it, but also the nice thing is that it frees time for you to be able to go and work with students who really need the help. So
yeah, that's a big plus of having a setup like this, because once I've put my QR codes and worksheets and iPads ready, I can just spend time with the different groups, and I go for the students who I know are going to need my time more. So it actually allows me to get to know my students better and to actually really, address the needs of all students on a day like this.
So this kind of answers my next question. The question was sort of what elements of instruction does this kind of hit? And it looks like monitoring and what else would you say?
Well, yeah, there's monitoring, because I can check what the students are doing, and I would say active participation, because what I've noticed is that so students, because they're having fun with the QR code and the iPad, they're actually very engaged and they're having fun learning. So it's actually, they don't realize, but I'm pretty sad, but in 1 hour they do the content of about 2 lessons.
Yeah.
So they do a big amount of work and they don't even realize that they have been learning so much.
Right, absolutely. No, it made total sense. That's what I saw. I mean, it was really impressive. What would you say is, I mean, the kids really seem to enjoy it. What would you say is like a tip you would give to a teacher who like has never tried it? What tip would you give them, do you think?
Well, so if you wanna do this with your class, I think the idea is to think of some content that you have that you would want the students to watch, to listen, and then put that on a QR code and have the students use it on the iPad, and then provide them with some questions, maybe some worksheets where they would have to respond to the content that you give them. And then you can just get going like this. And you can also provide some corrections if you want, or prompt some discussions, have them go to web discussions or whatever. So you can really adapt it to your curriculum.
And Anne is actually going to create a screencast to show you guys how to create QR codes and use it basically into worksheets as well. But Anne Dumontier, thank you very much for being on Tech You Very Much. It's really a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ronnie.